Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of the Tea Brief, and as I'm sure you can tell, I'm not in Britain, I am actually in Spain. If you follow me on Facebook you would have seen that, as I'm sure you can tell. It's not too shabby here, not too shabby at all. On a family holiday with the family, you might be able to hear them up there. Unfortunately they didn't get my memo that I'm actually filming, and I need to be given as much peace and quiet as possible, which is really disappointing, but there we go. So, obviously, Tea Brief means that we did Club 100 again last week. Friday, I had a half day, and then, because my parents came out here on the Saturday, me and my girlfriend, I was going to drop Polly off in Bristol on my way down to Wales. Now, it was talked about a lot on the Facebook group. Let's just say the traffic wasn't great heading down to South Wales and sort of that neck of the woods. And oh my God, driving through Bristol, wanted to kill myself, quite honestly, quite frankly. It was awful. It was a 6-hour journey on Friday down from Sevenoaks to Bridgend, effectively, Pencoed, more or less. And then I had to pick Tom up from the bus station, and he'd had almost as bad a journey, except he was in a bus. It was just awful. So it was a very busy week, and now I'm here in Spain, and I'm going to talk about Llandow. I don't want to talk about the endurances too much, not going to lie, because, well, we put Jasper in for qualifying, and he qualified a second from last. There's no other way of saying it. We then decided, do you mind, Mr. Cricket? Rude. We then decided not to play our Joker, because Jasper got out the cart and said, nah, it's definitely me, not the cart, because he'd been out drinking the night before and was quite hungover and said he was driving it wrong. So we thought, okay, well, me and Tom thought the cart was fine, so fine. Then we got out. I had a cracking start. There's no other way of putting it. It was a brilliant start. I think I made up about 7 places on the first lap, then lost a few on the next lap. But we were, generally speaking, we'd made up for it, made up for the qualifying in the first lap. We were in front of Brillo, which is like the main aim. Just spilt that down myself. God damn it. God damn it. So sorry about that. Yeah, so the main aim for the rest of the season is we're just looking to beat Brillo. And we were doing that after the first stint, all going well. Went in for the first stop. Apparently, it came out. It was miles in front of Brillo, who had been right behind me. So it was all going well. I then got a black flag. Now at the time, I thought it was because I'd done 2 track limits. I'd done 1 track limits down at the I don't know what the name of the corner is, but it's the fast right-hander at the very bottom of the circuit. I'd done a track limits there once. Then as going into that corner, Vince from Slow Coach Racing, Adam and Simon's team, overtook me. Then Andrew from Double Dash Motorsport Media overtook me, and the way it worked, like that, I had no choice. I was trying to fight it and ended up going onto the grass. I remember thinking, if I get a penalty for that, I'm going to be fuming. Lo and behold, come round and black flag, and I was raging. My head went. I wasn't happy. JV was the one doing the pit stop, and I was just shaking my head. It really was not happy, and it was Jacob Harris who was down there, and I was giving him evils from behind the visor, and then my head went. I got taken out. And the car ended up on the grass, had to push it out. I then got another black flag for cones. It all just went wrong. It was entirely my fault. I apologise to Tom and Jasper. Because had that not happened, we'd have been in the fight with the likes of Brillo, Wait, This Isn't a Sim Rig, Whisper, because they had a black flag. What's even worse is that we were only a lap down on the next 2 Inters teams. So if we'd just had 1 black flag, we'd have probably been fine. We could have got on with that. So yeah, my fault. As it turned out, my first black flag wasn't even for track limits. It was for cones. So it was entirely my fault. If I'd have known it was for cones, I'd be like, right, got to avoid them, because the rules are obviously different in SB60 versus endurance. You hit 2 cones in SB60, 1 place penalty at the end. Endurance, it's black flag. But yeah, we finished 25th, I think something like maybe 6th in class, because there weren't too many Inters teams there. So it's a dropped round. We're not at Wilton because Tom's in Spain and Jasper's doing an F-type experience day, and I don't have the funds to do a solo day. So yeah, we basically just got to make sure Lyd and Bayford go off without a hitch. we shall see. But anyway, let's move on now to what I actually want to talk about, which is the SP60. Now, obviously, after the endurances, I was not very confident. I thought, right, let's just see what happens here. Dickie Allen was doing the SB60, so I knew that the best I could realistically hope for was second in class. So you can imagine my surprise when I went and qualified P5 in front of Dickie. Don't ask me where that came from. Don't ask me what was going wrong in the endurances. No idea, but basically, my final lap of quali was, I knew it was good, because me, Dickie, Tim Hill and Anwar, who was just in front of us, we were negotiating traffic through qualifying, but I could see, once we got past this one back mark, I could see there was no one in front of us. Lee Henderson then got past me, who was racing super heavyweight, but then I got back past him on like the penultimate lap, and it was like, right, now we've got to go. Got through everyone, and then final lap, this lap was so good. I got my turn-ins perfect. I've watched it back. It is a perfect lap, and really happy with it. P5 in front of Dickie. He was P7, but I was like, yeah, this is good. That was a good lap. And what was better was that Richard was down in 22nd. So my championship rival, the only person, it's between me and him for the championship. Yeah. So he was way down there, and he'd never been to the track before, so he was at a bit of a disadvantage. So I had to make the most of this one. And just coming out of qualifying, I was just like, right, great, we put it at P5, but look at what happened at Bayford last week. We qualified P10, then got immediately taken, got buggered at the start, and then 17th, and then 22nd. So it was a wasted weekend. So now I was just like, right, yeah, brilliant, we've done P5. Please just let me keep it on the track. Please just let nothing go wrong. Please, por favor, nada, por favor, nada. And that's what happened. Sin problemas at the start of the first race. What was good, being up there with the likes of Mike Coppin, Chris Alcock, who's the other guy? Tim Clark, I think. It's like, and with Dickie right behind me, it's like, everyone here knows what they're doing. We know how to get through the start. It's the lads at the back when you're further back, that it can get a little bit tasty. But we knew what we were doing. I just stuck to the inside, and then it was inside for turn 1, outside for the next bit, and then inside for the next bit. And I came out of that P6 and went really well for a few laps. Then got overtaken by that chap in the really nice white and blue helmet. Then Tim Hill got me. Then on the same lap, I then did a half-assed move into the bottom hairpin, and it didn't go well, and then Dickie got past me. And that is basically how it stayed. I kept Dickie, Tim, and the guy in the lovely white and blue helmet within touching distance for a long time. Dickie got a cone penalty, so I thought, right, if I can be just one place behind him, I'll finish in front of him, and then it's on. I got past Tim, which was good. I was then just sat behind Dickie. I thought, like, this is good. We can just try and stay here. Tim got back past me. I thought, fine. I'll be starting on the same row as Dickie. Unfortunately, on the last lap, Dickie pulled off arguably one of the best moves I've seen this year. He did this amazing lunge into the right-hander at the very bottom of the circuit, and he just made it stick. It was fantastic. You really, all you can do is doff your cap to that one, because it was a brilliant move. And yeah, so he finished in ultimately P7, and I was P9. So it was like, right, something's got to go wrong for him in this one, because realistically, I'm not going to get higher than, I'm not going to move forward from here unless something goes wrong with people around me. Race 2, again, I ended up starting P8 because Tim Hill pulled out. He is a slightly older chap, and he has had an injury recently, so it was probably, I think that's understandable. I just wish he hadn't been awarded points, of course. But yeah, second start again went well. I think I made up a few positions at the start, and Dickie was just a bit too far away, and then the pack did just sort of come to me a bit. Pritchard got past me, then Fuller got past me, then Steve Lindley out of nowhere. Apparently he got out at the end of the race, said my kart was amazing. He nearly got Dickie at the end, so you can see obviously me and him race a lot together, normally on the same pace. But yeah, fair bloody play to Steve. And then basically they all got past Alex, and then I was, again, a bit like with Dickie, I was just keeping on Alex's arse for most of the race, and then right at the end he just got out of, I think it's Surtees, or the long right hander. After you got the left hander, you got the long right hander where you can send one down the inside, but he didn't get a great exit. So I decided, going into the right hander at the bottom, I thought, right, I'm going to try and do what Dickie did and get him. So I went down the inside, got the move, but then he was on my inside for the dell, and then it was literally just like, right, we just got to see what happens here. Got through the dell, I was still in front, but then he got me on exit, coming through the chicane, going into the hairpin. He had the inside line. I then tried to make sure could get a good exit, but I think he parked on the apex just enough to see himself across the line, which he was very happy about. Got it in there for the video that I will eventually do. And yeah, that was it. I came home P12 in the end because I did have a penalty. So had I overtaken Alex, he would have still finished in front of me. It just would have been nice to have finished where I'd been sort of the whole race. In the end, I think it was Claudio La Rosa who got in front of me. But ultimately came home P2. I don't have the trophy with me, of course. I'm not going to take that in the luggage. But yeah, a P2. Once again, Dickie beating me to the win, as he did at Buckmore, as he did at Clay. Even though I would never have won at Clay anyway, because that round just went horribly wrong. But the most important thing is the championship, and I've been wanting it for a while. Coming out of like the summer break, effectively, I was saying like Bayford, it's got to go well. Got to try and like actually get some momentum in this championship, and it just didn't quite go well. But I did beat Richard twice. This time, this was a resounding victory for me. Again, 9th and 12th. Richard, I think, was 22nd both times. And now, basically, I now hold a 33-point lead in the championship, which is really good for me. And we just got to see it through now. We've got Wilton coming up next. I am at Wilton for the SB60, which is good. Which, again, I've got beef with Wilton. I really want to win that round because obviously of what happened in December when I hit a stationary cart, and then what happened earlier this year where I got beaten on fastest lap. And I am not letting that happen again, ladies and gentlemen. I refuse to ever be allowed to be beaten on lap time ever again. It's like when Fergie lost the 11-12 Premier League on goal difference. He said, I am never letting that happen again. So yeah, going out for blood at that one. Lid, obviously, something I don't know if I mentioned it in the last tea brief, but it's weird how the 3 rounds I've won at this year, all 3 of them have had a dropped round. Lid, one is one of my dropped rounds. Rye, one of my dropped rounds. Bayford, one of my dropped rounds. So the plan is to have no more dropped rounds for the rest of the year, to get some solid positions and hopefully win the remaining 3, and then take home the championship win at the end of the year. That's all we can really do. Same in the endurance. We've just got to do what we can. So my girlfriend's just looking up at me. Hello. And on that bombshell, I think I shall end this video. Thank you very much for watching all this way, if you have, and if you're still watching and you're not subscribed for any weird reason, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you know when a new video on Richie Racing comes out, and follow me on Facebook as well. I'm starting to post there a lot more. I might even start doing Instagram soon. Watch this space. But anyway, that's all from me. All I show now is ta-ta and farewell. Milk's a bit different here.